Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people reveal that I'm out of here moments. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I worked at a jewelry shop and had to take a day off for my uncle's funeral. Boss called me, knowing why I was not in the shop, to accuse me of stealing a ring we had sent out for engraving. It turned out the engraver just had lost it. That lady was one of the most miserable pieces of human garbage I ever worked for. I hope she at least said sorry, you know? Accusing someone of stealing? That's the worst. Especially on the day of their uncle's funeral. Seriously? Why are people so quick to accuse, honestly? Like, do some investigation first, okay? First job out of college was at a sewer treatment plant. Pay was supposed to be good, like $20 per hour. Good benefits and good hours. Oh, and full time, of course. Get the offer, accept it, start on the first day. I'm told that the local board of government or whatever didn't fully approve the funds for a new position, so the job changed a bit. It became part-time, $14 an hour, a 30% decrease in pay just based on hourly wage alone. And the work was less management-based and more laborer-based now. Wait, how does that work? Like, you sign a contract for a pay that's supposed to be $20 an hour and good hours and all that, and then suddenly it changes? What? Like, that's not what they signed up for. But okay. On the second day, I had to sift through a filter full of used tampons and had poop sprayed on me. Didn't come in for my third day. Worst part is, on my first day, the other workers told me about a guy they called 2-week Jim who quit after 2 weeks. I lasted 2 days. I'm sure they're still talking about me, but screw that work. I feel like that's tough for someone who just came out of college, you know, because they're still young and all that. But I'm just still wondering, how does that work? Like, you sign a contract for $20 an hour and, you know what you're gonna do, and then suddenly all that changes. Like, all of a sudden you get $14 an hour and now you're doing something different? That's not what they signed up for though. This is so fishy. What's going on? A customer screamed at me over the phone that she was going to call the police on me and sue me because I accidentally wrote her up a receipt for the wrong amount. The clock turned 5 and I hung up because it was clocking out time. My boss did not complain when I told her the next day. Plus, it was her fault the receipt was wrong. Can you imagine that? Hello, customer service. 5 o'clock. Why can't people just talk calmly in a calm manner, right? Because that gets the work done. So a while back, when I was a freshman in college, I was pretty introverted at a huge school and I had just broken up with my high school girlfriend. Anyway, most people at the school went to the bars and I didn't have a fake ID, so I was always desperate for plans. One night, this girl Snapchats me from the bar. Girl sat across from me in a class in high school. We didn't really talk much, but she was a cutie, saying that she's having a party at her place tonight and to come over around 12:30. So I get dressed, ready to go out and head over. There was loud music playing and I was knocking on the door. Figured they probably just can't hear me, and I figured it wouldn't be weird for me to walk in. I did just that and was met with this girl, naked, surrounded by 4 other guys, also naked. And she gets up and tries to make out with me. I noped out of there immediately. What? She didn't even tell him anything. She was like, come over, there's party at my place. The guy probably just thinks there's pizza there. That's why he's there, you know? And this happens. Oh no. What the heck is this? What did I just read? Can I clean my brain? The teacher had absolutely zero authority. One kid, bully, was always messing her around. He'd get up in the middle of class and walk out without permission, pick his chair up, spin it around to face the students behind him to bully them. She would respond with, if you don't stop that, I'm sending you to the principal's office. Never did she follow up on the threat, so he kept doing it. One day, I got sick and tired of this guy's attitude. He bullied me a lot, so the next time she threatened him, I told her to just do it then. She spent 10 minutes yelling at me that I was a bad student, always disruptive and bad grades. I got annoyed, said, alright, and walked out the classroom. What kind of teacher is this? How are you like scared of your own student, you know? I don't know, I just feel like the teacher is scared of the bully for some reason. Like, why? Just go to the principal's office. Just send him to the principal's office if you say you're gonna do so. Because if you don't, then everyone knows you're a liar and that you're just an easy target, you know? The summer before I graduated, I worked temp jobs to get money for gas. One assignment I was given, the first thing they did was brag about the turnover rate being 2 days. I was supposed to be there Monday and Wednesday 9 to 5, and with a team of 8 people. 3 people showed up day 1. They still expected the same work done, so we tried our best but lost one person before lunch. Then we were kept 1 hour later. Next day it is just me and one other guy, and we were told to come in 1 hour early and told that it would be an easier day. It was absolutely not easier. Was about dead by lunch. Somehow made it through the day. I was told again to be an hour early tomorrow. I came in and no one was there, but the owner who told me I could start unloading since I was early. So I started to unload. The others never showed up. I set out 5 pallets to be wrapped and put on the rack, and when the guy who moved them showed up, he slammed into 2 of them and they ended up all over the floor. I somehow made it to lunch and no one other than the forklift driver spoke a word to me, as with most days. And then he came over and told me to take a bit more time on lunch. When I got out, I got chewed out by the boss for being so far behind, even though I was 7 people short for help. What? How is the boss getting mad at them when his employees aren't showing up? Seriously. Then they told me that I need to work faster tomorrow, which was Thursday, a day I was never scheduled for. I told him such and he said implied it was my fault for not working harder in the absence of 7 people. Wow, what a jerk! I told him that's too bad because he was going to be 8 people short tomorrow. The part that really tore it for me was I never say a time card, even though I had worked like 6 hours overtime. I kept getting told it was someone else's job to take care of it. Yeah. I'm glad they left, you know. How is it their fault that 7 people aren't here? When my father disowned me for a difference of religious belief, then my siblings defended him. Haven't talked to my family in a few years now. Wow. How could you disown your own kid, though? Listening to this, I already feel the stress living in that household, you know? Yo, they probably can't even do anything. My junior year of high school, my parents got divorced. My mum started seeing her old ex-husband shortly after. That summer, I elected to go live with my mum and her ex-husband, new boyfriend, about 6 hours drive south. He had a son that lived there as well. They were a nightmare. They had no concept of personal space. Internet was bad. New boyfriend disrespected my mum. My room was the size of a closet, and numerous reasons to think that this was a huge mistake. I was there for 3 days before I secretly packed all of my stuff into my car and drove back to my dad's place. I called after I arrived to let them know I moved back home. My parents were of mixed feelings about the whole situation. My mum ended up taking my judgment of the whole situation as a huge indicator that something wasn't right down there. She moved a month later to her own place and they split up. He just left without his mum. He should have left with her, you know? I'm happy that in the end the mum did end up leaving as well, because sometimes there are stories where the mum blames the child for not liking the new boyfriend, you know? A room the size of a closet? I was working as a server at a higher end restaurant. I had this 30 top walk-in unannounced at the beginning of my shift, and of course my managers obliged. I was in a not so great section and was the one who got it. I ran my butt off for 90% of my shift that night for this one table. Everything went perfect until they asked for checks. Every single check was separate. Took me a solid 20 minutes to get it all worked out. Once they paid, I started cleaning up and then looked at the checks. Total, the bill was over $770. I made $13. After tip out, I lost $16. I walked out after that. What? How do you end up with less tip? I don't really understand this because we don't really tip over here. 30 people and the bill was $770. How much is that per person? Let's see. Oh, it's $25 per person. Oh, right. I went to an unsupervised high school graduation party just outside city limits. Huge bonfire like Burning Man-sized fire out in the middle of a field. Dozens upon dozens of teenagers of all walks of life. My friend and I just got there and were socializing in a barn when some girl in tears runs through into the corner. Her apparently ex-boyfriend was dragging an axe, clearly drunk, like everyone else follows behind. He enters the barn and slams the axe into a support wooden pole. He starts yelling about something and a few others calm him down. We noped out of that place. Didn't even have time to meet up with the host of the party. Oh my gosh. When the people invited are crazy. Oh, nope. Out of there. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!